Hey guys, it's WARRIORCHICK and welcome back to The Wolf Among Us. So today we are continuing the final episode of the game, episode 5, called Cry Wolf. And right now, Big B has already had a hell of a time trying to put all the pieces together. But at the very least, I think probably one of the most, if not the most powerful enemies and problems in Big B's way is out of the way, and that was Bloody Mary. The only thing at this point is I'm going to be very, very alert, make sure, you know, nobody's aiming a silver gun at my heart or whatever. Aside from that, I think it's now time that we start looking for our crooked man and bringing him to justice, or giving him justice ourselves. Whatever comes first. I have to say this has been the best scene by far in the whole game. That was crazy good. Ah, look at you, just hiding away as always. Behind all of your associates doing the dirty work for you.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullets. Now, I may not be the best shot, but I can guarantee that at least one bolt will meet its mark, and you'll find yourself rolling on the floor in agony, unable to heal. I won't miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says, don't you?
That's right. But what happens to you once you get there is a different story.
I'm not quite finished. You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
You need to tell me right now. We're not going anywhere until I get some answers from you.
If you want answers, you're going to have to cooperate with me. Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women.
You ordered it.
You know that.
You ordered it.
All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
Maybe you didn't carry it out, but I don't think Georgie was lying when he said you ordered their deaths.
Georgie would have said anything to save himself. We both know that.
No.
I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms.
Oh my
Because
god.
I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town. You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero? Because those are two very different things.
This is about protecting Fabletown. When some asshole murders 2 of our people, it's my job to bring them down.
Then why are you here? You know who murdered them. Georgie. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle. You know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miss White
Fuck,
again.
if I do anything to him, like, I'm actually gonna be in shit.
Well.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind.
I
What do you
hate that it
say?
says I've been negotiated.
Hey! I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
Fuck you, man. Oh shit, I fucked up his nose.
You're under arrest. You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
I gave the crooked man a crooked nose for his stupid crooked face. My last cigarette.
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing
Are
happening?
we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the Crooked Man's
Little bit
place.
of trouble.
And after what happened with Mary...
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get off?
Poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder
As
of
I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well, where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not. Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Georgie paid for what he did. In the end, there was a fight, and he bled out from his wounds. It's over.
So he's dead? That's what you're saying?
I can't believe it was him.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't.
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf,
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And for being a condescending prick.
Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your
No,
entire
that
book.
no.
Bullshit! Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're
Come on,
involved.
it's obvious.
And there's all the other
Okay,
crap
let's
he's
let him
done.
speak.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
The Crooked Man has committed crimes against this government and, most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs!
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself. And I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you?
Oh my god.
You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
They're considering?
What's he talking about?
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you. You intimidate people, use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah, that's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but
Wasn't I?
You're the fucking problem here, not us.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that mattered, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
you were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true?
Don't blame Snow, she had her reasons. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man. That's why Snow wanted your tree burned.
That's not why.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a crooked man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away, but I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Like you did with her?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you, exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength. And if things didn't fall exactly his way, someone would die.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over, and those girls will have their justice.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded.
Oh my god.
The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the...
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, Crooked Man.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
him.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Yes, you're responsible.
If I'm to blame for Georgie's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Oh my
Like
god.
How about the way he treated poor Tweedledee when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let
Bluebeard
that
did
go?
that.
You can't be serious.
That was different.
Snow had nothing to do with it. We all thought she was dead.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I
The
know...
laws apply when we need them to.
Bluebeard, please.
Everyone just shut the fuck up.
I mean, a certain level of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always
Yes.
been.
See, this is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby! Miss White!
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say
The
something.
curse is
Why don't
broken.
you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
Of course. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
Vivian killed herself back at the Pudding and Pie.
I'm sorry, I don't think
Narissa! My name is Narissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole. And I hope you rot at the bottom of the witching well for what you did.
And this just confirms it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well.
No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
What did you expect to happen here? You're getting what you deserve.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has
more
a point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a
bloodshed
shit.
So we get
already?
rid of him.
Dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him away.
Everyone, listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment, so I think
This is going nowhere.
Someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone, calm down.
We should have a vote. Make it democratic.
Do you really think that's going to work?
He's right. Nobody can agree on anything.
What about Bigby?
What about him?
He was appointed. He's the only official representative, really. He should be the
Oh.
judge.
No,
makes sense to me. I
no,
guess it
please.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay.
All right.
Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
Snow,
Just do what you think is right.
Yes, Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Honestly,
Teach him a fucking
I
lesson.
could rip his head
He
off,
has to
but
die.
We can lock him
Just
away.
fucking
locking
get
him
rid
up
of
is
him.
good. Throwing down the wall is good. Shit! I took too long. I took too long.
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can still.
End it already.
You know what? I was thinking about locking you up, but I've changed my mind.
Just between us, I was gonna let you live. But now...
You're going to miss me.
No, I won't.
For Lily and Faith.
Yes, another one of us to erase from the books.
The north wind blows.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, great.
A farm.
This fucking line.
Oh, she's got a ribbon? Damn, we got a whole party here.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
Oh, those keys are glitching out.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Okay. Guess we'll find out later.
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
The wink. God, I love that pig. Walking in with a case of beer, or... Looks like he already had some. Didn't even save any for Big B. Hopefully he does, because we deserve it. And maybe a full night's rest. I think we got maybe 1 night of sleep throughout this entire game. It's because I was knocked out unconscious.
We only have like 5 minutes.
They carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit.
You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff.
Oh.
Nice fucking day. Shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Sorry about all this. I tried to help.
Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'll get another chance, but Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Stop.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice.
What is it?
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle.
Aww.
That's a big one. They're cool, because when they're little, they
That's
have
a
these
weird
pouches
gift.
that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the Mundy seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on, it won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No, some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hey, Bigby. Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
I don't know. He, must have run off.
Bullshit.
Saying goodbye?
Oh my god, it's so weird seeing her in jeans and a hoodie?
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
It's okay. I get it.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
Narissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
I will touch her arm. Never mind. Awkward.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter? I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
I guess it worked out in the end. I can't hold that against you.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... That night, after Faith, I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her, just hoping that maybe if I couldn't save them...
You were trying to get my attention. So you started all this.
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Narissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
Snow doesn't really need me.
I'm sure that's not true. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing.
You did a good job.
You've been given this job for a reason.
And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you. You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Hold up, hold up.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about
He
Faith?
said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Okay, okay, that's what Faith said. That's what Faith said. What?
I'll see you around, Wolf.
Hold up here. Okay, okay. As soon as the dramatic music started playing there, and we started hearing all those conversations again, it took me a minute, but I don't know if to say I should be suspicious of this, but there were some very similar interactions we had there. Similar to episode 1, when all of this would have went down. Because the way it started, we had a call, we ran into Faith. I don't know, did we know who Faith was at that point, or did we just meet her for the first time? Because we met her, then assuming she went back to the pudding and pie, Georgie killed her, Narissa brought her to my doorstep, but like... Now I have all these... I have all these theories going through my head, like what? What happened in episode 1 behind the scenes? I don't know, I think that ending there and that last 10 seconds there when all those conversations were replaying wanted us to say, oh shit, I think I just realized something, but I'm not realizing what that is. So Narissa wanted to bring justice for Faith. She dropped off her head in front of my door. If that was all on the same day, Faith wasn't at the pudding and pie, unless if obviously in between sometimes, like that like could have happened. Like, I'm almost wondering if Narissa was up to that, because she's making it sound like she's put a lot of effort into this plan. Is it far-fetched to say that? Okay, I think that this could be pretty solid. That while all this was happening, Georgie took off Faith's ribbon, her head fell off. Narissa wanted to get justice. So she... Like, what I'm guessing is gonna happen is that Faith was at the pudding and pie, whatever, Georgie took off her ribbon, she died, Narissa wanted justice, dropped off the head at his doorstep. However, I also can see that the way it would have happened is that Big B didn't know who Faith was. He didn't know her name. She wouldn't tell us her name. And then she walked away after, wouldn't tell us anything more, kept our interactions minimal, but enough that, like, that very night when her head was dropped off at my door, like, Big B was able to recognize who it was. So, I'm thinking even Narissa could have, or anyone, but like that Narissa would have like talked to about this. Assuming though that this is all just Narissa, she could have glamored his Faith, dropped off the head at his doorstep. So, and then I don't know. I think she caused some kind of distraction with Woody. Yeah, it would have been with Woody. That's why she wouldn't talk to Big B, tell him anything more, because if the more she talks, I don't know, the more she could probably give away that she was somebody else. Walked away, and then by the time Big B got back to his place, the head was dropped off. Like, I'm wondering, like, how much time would have passed in order for Faith to head back to the pudding and pie and have that whole problem and, you know, have a ribbon pulled off, and Narissa to kind of put this plan together. Like, I could almost see it, like, happening in advance. But then again, who knows? I could be totally bonkers. I'm not surprised that they kind of left it like this, because I could see it going a few different ways. And, you know, at the time when this game was made a few years ago, there was no season 2 planned, so I think they kind of wanted to leave like a little bit of a cliffhanger. So I think it probably could be a few of many things, and hopefully now that we have season 2 coming, we could actually get some answers. But you know what, that's gonna be my, you know, I'm not even gonna say I'm gonna settle on a theory, but those are my theories, my thoughts, and I'd be pretty impressed if any of them were actually right, because this game throws curveballs. Now, anyway, let's look at our choices. What did you do to Georgie? I have to say, I feel like shit about this one. Like, it said leave him to die or kill him. I don't know why, just like in the moment I was like, oh my god, like if I kill him, I'm gonna get framed, someone's gonna see me, it's gonna work against me. So I didn't do it, but like, you know, when it was like, you let Georgie suffer, I actually felt like horrible. I know he's a bad guy, but I felt also pretty bad for doing that. So anyway, let's just all think about that. Most of us brought the Crooked Man back alive. I kind of did want to rip his head off back at the warehouse or whatever that was, but I'm happy I didn't. Next playthrough, definitely will. Oh, this one's weird. Okay, I guess we had a few options. We could have locked him up, threw him down the wishing well, or I can't even remember what oh yeah, the other one was rip his head off. So I can see how this wouldn't be an even split, but I'm going to assume that probably a majority of us threw him down the wishing well, not the wishing well. I was thinking about locking him up because when some of the other fables were saying like, oh, it'd be too easy to just throw him down the wishing well, I was like, yeah, you know what, I should lock him up and just let him rot. But then again, we'd be paranoid. I feel like everyone would be paranoid. He'd probably try to start some kind of gang or manipulate someone inside prison. So you know what? I'm kind of happy he tried to attack me again, because it made me really, really angry, and I was like, you know what, that's it, you're done. Oh my god, who would not accept TJ's gift for Snow? Who has no heart? That's the Crooked Man. That was the Crooked Man that played this, that would have not accepted TJ's gift for Snow. How could you? How could you? What were your last words to Narissa? Okay, this is like, how is this? I want to say, how is that significant? What does it matter that what my last words I said to her were? I don't know. Maybe we'll see in season 2. I said I hope I've done some good here. I hope those were some good last words, but I did click go after her, so maybe they aren't my last words. Maybe they are. We'll save that for season 2. Ooh, special stats. Beast, you lied to him about seeing beauty outside the apartment. Okay, why are you pointing out all of like the controversial / bad things I did? Why not you saved Beast's life from the Crooked Man? Bluebeard, I fought him after the interrogation. You know what, I have to say, I was really nervous about Bluebeard most of the game. But I'm happy, you know, he actually like, as much as he's, you know, kind of sus and he's like paying his way into the game, he like kind of backed me up for most part. Colin, you gave him a drink when he asked for one in your apartment, and you helped him to avoid the farm. Oh, you sly pig. Lucky you. Alright, here's all our deceased friends, or not friends. Crooked Man, I took him back to you and I tossed him down the witching well. Faith, I gave her money after the fight with the woodsman. I totally forgot about that. Georgie, I left him to die. Feel like an asshole, but oh well. Snow, I brought her with me to the Trip Trap, showed her Crane's photograph of her. Tiny Tim, I chose to wait for him. I guess that's a special stat. Toad, I slapped him. Fuck, I still feel so bad about that. I slapped him during its interrogation. And I stood up for him when Snow wanted to send him to the farm. But unfortunately, looks like in his eyes, all I've done is wrong by him. I'm sorry, Toad. Alright guys, well, that wraps up the final episode, final and only season right now of The Wolf Among Us. However, I'm a little bit less upset to finish, and also, like, I have to say, like, I'm pretty excited to see where season 2 is gonna pick up when we get there. Now that I feel like this ending is open to much interpretation, honestly, I think it probably would have been a pretty solid ending, but then, you know, I think it was very clear that Big B and the game developers obviously kind of wanted you to be like, wait, something isn't right. I should be thinking about something else right now. Like, you know, kind of pulling back other information and just, you know, forming your own opinion on what that whole ending was, and basically referring to episode 1 and what actually happened. Anyway, aside from that, we're all gonna have our own theories. I'm very excited to see if we even get clarification or kind of take that part of the story any further in season 2. Maybe we won't. Maybe it was just a little bit of a cliffhanger for the intent of, hey, this could become something, but hey, if we don't end up making a season 2, we'll let you create your own ending. Ooh! Graphic novels. Maybe I'll pick up one of those. Maybe the answer will be in there. Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, I hope you guys not only enjoyed this episode, this finale, but this game in general, because I absolutely loved it, and I am now going to start counting down the days until I can start season 2. This was such a fun game. I love this kind of detective, murder mystery, story, choice-based games. Like, that's just my thing. I love it. I think a lot of games I've played, like, have had a choice-based murder mystery kind of storyline to them. I feel like so many games I've played. So you know, that's my jam. That's the stuff I like. And those are the games that I think I have a lot of fun with. And this game was so much fun. The characters were so likable. The story was fantastic. And it's just, I mean, it's crazy to see, like, Fables brought to a humanized form. It was so cool. And the fight scenes, oh man, that wolf scene at the end there with Bloody Mary, oh my gosh, that was so satisfying. I felt like, you know, I was kind of holding back on the violence. You know, the whole conflict is with Big Bad Wolf. Everyone knows that. And we're trying to be good, but we're also trying to do the right thing without getting no one to trust us. So, you know, everything was kind of a dilemma, but I'm very happy I got to unleash the beast this time. And man, that was so fun. And honestly, you know what? I have to say, there are a few choices that I've made throughout this game that I am not too proud of. But that's why these games are so replayable. There's so many things I can kind of go back for. I actually want to say I totally forgot. I remember reading a comment saying that there was actually a character early on in the game that unfortunately died by my actions or inaction, whatever, that could have actually stayed alive and had a pretty decent storyline. So that's also, you know, something else I'm pretty curious about. Who knows what could have happened? All these different stories and outcomes could have happened. And, you know, I'm really excited one day to kind of come back and just have fun with it and try out different choices, try out different decisions, unlock the rest of my book of fables, and see where the game takes me, because really it's not one game that you're paying for when you get this. You're getting a lot of games out of it. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. Now that it's finished, I will be doing a poll soon for the channel to find a new game. I think I'll kind of start to look for options that are still within the story-based, choice-based genre, I guess. I don't think I could go too long without playing one of these. I really like these styles of games, but hey, I'm totally open to trying something new. So I will put some options in for our next series, and you guys can take a look and choose whatever you think would be most fun. So I hope you enjoyed this series, and soon we'll be starting a new one, and I'm really, really excited for whatever it's gonna be, because we got so many games in the world, so many hidden gems, so much of everything, and man, I wish I was immortal so I could just play every game out there. So anyways, again, for the millionth time, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time in our next video. Bye!